Hey everyone, Derek with Sapling Budgeting here. I'm a 30-year-old hoping to take my fresh sapling budget and grow it into a prosperous tree of financial freedom. So, in this video, I just want to cover a couple expenses that we had in our living expenses with Henry. We got some flea and tick medication with him. Now, it'll cover us for the year, but it is a bigger expense that we weren't quite planning for that he did just run out of. So we were going to get him some more here in April. Ended up just buying it now. And then in the wedding, we did get Jess her wedding band. So going through, want to set up how I'm going to transfer some of the goals and categories here to cover some of these expenses, as well as just changing up some of our category goals in general. So I think to start with Henry's needs, we definitely want to get him taken care of. And with the bills, where we actually have a little flexibility. So kind of why I built in this buffer. And I think I'm going to change our water, utilities, TV, internet, and the electric here. I think I'm going to switch this more to a monthly savings builder. Currently, right now, you can see for needed for spending, I've just got it at set to the 150. So I pretty much just put it to the 150, and then as we have our spending for the month, just reallocating essentially what we spent into our next month's bill. But I might switch that and divide it out, look at our prior accounts, how much we were billed over the last year, probably add a 10 to 12% buffer, and then do a monthly savings builder from there, just to kind of build it up in a different way, just a different way to kind of look at it. But for the time being, so we paid our water bill this month. It was 85.45. I still have the 65.55 left, so I am going to send that to Henry, get a good chunk taken out, so it puts us back down to zero. And that's another thing too. I don't know. I don't know if I, with the goals, like I know 64.55 is needed more by the first. It's really not though. I mean, I do need to add in 150 next month, which I can do here, but that always drives me nuts seeing that. So I might replace that money here Friday once I get my next paycheck in. So, but for now, just to make sure that this is all covered, and knowing that I'll just put in the 150 next month, I'm still a little undecided on what I'm going to do there. So electric, can't really touch that yet since that comes out towards the end of the month. But TV and internet, we've already paid that bill. So I'm also going to send this last 794 in this account down to Henry. So that takes care of mostly the bills, getting those down to zero left, and then down to 78.51 here. So I think, where else was I going to pull from? I was going to pull even in here. So the ATM cash, I'm fine not pulling out the $20 and putting that into my wallet. I'll just leave what I've got in there for now. So I'll send this up to Henry, which gets us to 58.51. Clothing in our fund spending, I'll probably, so how much more do we need? 58.61. I will take from my clothing. I'm probably going to take all 60, or the 58.51, to be honest, because I'm good with the clothes I have. I don't really need anything new. If any of my fun spending gets behind schedule, I'm okay with it being clothing. Like I said, I've got a lot of the clothing that I wear to work. Other than that, I've got my lounge clothes that I kind of wear at home. I think I was wearing this in the last episode. So I wear a lot of my stuff for a long time. So if I have to go back on that one, that's not a big deal. So I got him to zero. More than that, though, I am going to probably put the paycheck on Friday majority into the ring. I am still short on my income too for my checking account. The goal is to have 17,500 kind of stashed as an emergency fund by the end of December 31st. So here at the begin or end of the year, going into the new year, I'd like to have at least 17,500 set aside just for any emergency that we might have. We actually did book our honeymoon. This should hit the account within the next couple days. So we paid 1,700 up front. I think the total cost of the honeymoon was like right around 4,500. But we do want to do some excursions once we go. We're going to the Dominican Republic, and we want to do a dinner on the beach, which I think will be pretty cool. Just kind of has that honeymoon vibe. We don't really ever plan on going, well, on another honeymoon. So we kind of want to splurge a little bit in terms of that. It looks like that might be a few $100s. We want to do some zip lining, potentially some kayaking of some sort. So we will be bumping this down. I did have it set to 8,000, but I am going to move it down to 6. So we do have the 4,500 that's coming out. That includes our airfare, travel from the hotel to the airport, vice versa, and then is an all-inclusive resort. So that was 4,500 plus another 1,500. We're kind of allowing ourselves for anything else from excursions to other miscellaneous purchases down there. So I am going to change that down, which I know bumps us way far ahead. $333 in overspending, or yeah, overfunding so far. So I will probably take that out. What does that move our? So right now the goal is 580. That would put us at 514, which is crazy because I think it was 914. So it takes off $400 per month by just not spending that extra 2,000, which is. Oh, but I do. This does change. So we do owe the remaining balance on, I want to say July 5th. So I need it by July 1st just to be safe. Buy date 6,000. So that is going to change a little bit. 642, but still down from the 914. That's nice. So let's go back to March. I will reduce the overfunding by 217, which is okay. That gives us a little bit more money to assign, and I will. So I'm gonna. I said I was gonna wait, but I can't wait. So I am gonna take the water utilities. That yellow drives me nuts, and I try to limit it to as many or to as few as possible. So I'm gonna take the water, and even though it is funded just to keep it in line with next month, we'll get that back up to fully funded. I'll take the internet, get that back up to fully funded. So the bills should be good. And then living expenses. So Henry's taken care of. The ATM, I'll allow the $20 back in there. I don't know if I have that as a monthly. Okay, so once it's in there, it's kind of in there until I withdraw it. Haircut's all good. Everything else, I do need a haircut here pretty soon. Subscriptions, those are all good. Car maintenance, I want to keep these building up. Like I said last time, I think I want to build these up a little bit higher than they're currently at. The fund spending, let's see, 58, and I've got 124. I'll put that back on track. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that one. I will go, I'll put it into the ring here. So let's assign this $120, $124 to the ring. We'll assign that. That gets us down to $1,500. So I can cover the rest of this in the next paycheck. I'm not going to be able to cover the rest of the checking, so this is going to carry over. There is potential that I get another income before the end of March. So I am getting paid here this Friday. There's a chance I might get something else at the end of next Friday too, which would be able to cover this. So just kind of keeping an eye out for that for right now. But with the wedding band, I can definitely do 1,500. I'll be able to put a little bit more into the checking account, and then we do get paid again on April 1st. So that will allow us to fund all of our bills and then start moving into some of our groceries, everything else, whatever carries over, and then being able to fill out the rest. So those were kind of just the updates I wanted to do today. I wanted to change the honeymoon, get that down to the 6,000 that we were looking, instead of the 8,000 that we had it at earlier. It seemed like too much. We were thinking about going to Hawaii, but then we quickly realized that 8,000 probably wasn't going to cut it in Hawaii, and we were going to have to add at least another 3 to 4 thousand onto that for the week that we're looking at going, and it didn't seem worth it. We felt like the Dominican Republic, an all-inclusive resort, was probably our best bet. So that's kind of what we decided to go with. We'll see how it is. It looks like it's going to be an awesome time. We're both really looking forward to it. I've got my passport coming in the mail this week, so that was kind of why we decided to pull the trigger on it. And with the ring, so I already bought the engagement ring. This was more just the wedding band. They had a sale going on this weekend, so we decided that we would take advantage of it. We knew the paycheck was coming here. I know it's not the best habit, but the week had already ended, and I knew we were getting this check in this Friday. So that's all gonna go towards this. Put the rest into the income for the 17.5 checking for January, and then we'll start moving the rest into April. So just wanted to do a quick update. Thanks again for tuning in. If there's anything that you think I'm missing or would do differently with some of my goals and how I have them set up, whether it's spending target or monthly savings builder, let me kind of know what you do in your bills, how you have it set up. I'm always interested to see how everybody else has their budget kind of set up. So if you've got any tips or tricks or anything that you're doing a little bit differently, I would love to hear your feedback. So thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.